the storm, or die in the calm. Spit on the glassy lie of the stagnant, cowardly blue, where the soft blood drifts, rotting with nothing to do. Smooth water is a poison, a velvet shroud for the vain, a sickly sweet silence that numbs the warrior's brain.
I crave the iron taste of the ocean's violent breath, finding my sanctity in the shadowy theater of death.
The railroad doesn't move, it interrogates the steel, searching for a heavier weight that the abyss can feel. The gale isn't a warning, it's a Valkyrie, sharp and invite to be the only fire burning in the absolute night. Let the mask grow like a giant under the knife. This is the birth pang of a sovereign, limitless life.
The storm is an invitation,
The sea is the measure,
buried in the turbulence
is the warrior's treasure.
Calm water builds the weak,
The tempest builds the god.
rule the black abyss with an iron-hardened rod.
Behold the wave wall rising like a fortress of black ink, waiting for the hollow and the hesitant souls to sink. Lightning scribbles its verdict across the Arctic sky, revealing the naked truth that the land dwellers deny. My longship is a predator, carving its path through the gale, with the fury so ancient it makes the thunder turn pale.
I feed on the terror that makes the lesser man kneel, a biological riot made of ore, bone, and steel. Every mountain of salt is a scaled away the inner might, stripping the flesh away until the spirit is pure and bright. My scars are wounds written by the talons of the storm, a vicious geometry that the peaceful cannot fall.
I am the anomaly, the ghost king of the maelstrom's core,
Kicking down the foundations of the universe's door.
The first step was to shatter, the final step is this, wearing the weight of the empire like a bloody frozen kiss.
Why do you laugh when the world breaks apart? Why do you laugh when the world breaks apart?
Because the storm
Laugh when the world
finally found a throat it couldn't crush.
pray for the storm.
Or die in the calm. Flesh is dust, the name is iron. Accept the truth that the flesh is a fleeting pale shadow, a temporary anchor in a dark and hungry meadow. The worms don't care for your titles or your golden rings, they only crave the decay that a silent existence brings. I reject the quiet rot of a life spent in shallow breath, waiting like a lamp for the cold anesthesia of death. If I must burn, let the smoke choke the Arctic sky, giving the vultures a reason to watch me finally die.
Watch the bone ship ignite in the heart of the black tide, carrying the scars that the cowards forever try to hide.
Every flame is a story, every spark is a battle won, racing toward the horizon to outrun the dying sun. I don't want a grave, I want a runestone torn from rock, a granite defiance that the centuries cannot mock. My DNA is ink spilled on the parchment of the gale, the only manuscript that the universe cannot fail.
Flesh disappears, but the name remains, breaking the shackles of the mortal chains.
Die once,
Echo forever in the halls of the free. The only monument is the legacy of me.
feel the legacy hunger gnawing deep in the hollow chest. The refusal to settle for a mediocre bloodless rest. I want the children of my enemies to speak my name, feeling the heat of an ancient unextinguishable flame. Better a short violent fire than a winter forgotten, where the memory of the meek is already foul and rotten. I carve my identity into the teeth of the north wind, absolved of the boredom in which the lesser souls sin.
Trace the runes with a finger made of will and ancient dust, an eternal connection that the iron will never rust. My ghost is the thunder, my presence is the heavy mist, a monumental existence that the darkness couldn't resist.
The body is the scaffold thrown away when the work is done, leaving a vibration stronger than the light of the sun. I am the echo, the one who refused to stay still, the infinite triumph of a sovereign Viking will.
The first step was the action, the final step is God, governing the memory with an unbendable rod.
I am not buried, I am planted in the minds of the brave.
The only conqueror who ever walked out of his grave. Will they remember you?
They won't have a choice, my name
Is the wind in their lungs.
Bones break, iron rusts. The will stays vertical. Witness the iron spine strike in the frozen Arctic mud. A pillar carved from defiance and untainted Viking blood.
They took the longships, they burned the halls to ash, hoping the spirit would shatter under the whip's lash.
But I am a monolith unmoved by the passing tide, with the wolf gaze burning where the mortal terrors high. Loss is nothing but fuel for the embers in the chest. The first law is simple, standing taller than the rest.
Kneeling is a leper's crawl, slow and foul decay, trading your sovereign ancestry for one more hollow day. I would rather be a corpse pulled stiff in the white gale than a living crow's where the spirit is turned pale.
The earth is hard, the sky is cold, the steel is always near, but the Northman's posture is the only thing they fear. A spine that doesn't curve is a temple made of bone, ruling the wasteland from a standing unseen throne.
Break the bone, but you'll never bend the will, a monument of pride while the word is turning chill.
Kneeling is the slow death,
Standing is the way, the law of the embodied is the only one we obey. The only one we obey. The only one we obey.
look at my shield hand, bleeding and clutching the broken oak, standing alone in the shadow of the slaughter's black smoke. My brothers are feeding the ravens on the crimson snow, but I am the apex that the shadows already know.
There is no defeat until the crown of the head is the dirt. I wear the scars of the iron like a sovereign shirt, a brutal dignity rising above the screams and the mire, forging the identity in the heart of the battle fight.
The enemy is a flood, but I am the jagged rock, a prehistoric force that the numbers cannot shock. Let them shatter my limbs, let them tear the flesh apart. They can never reach the trench around my frozen heart. I stand imperial, watching the kingdoms fall to dust, the only blade in the universe that will never rust. When the norns cut the thread and the great dark calls, they'll find me standing upright in the echo of the halls.
The first step was the agony. The final step is God, governing the gravity with an unbendable rod. I am the unbowed, the vertical thunder of the north, bringing the unbreakable rule of the ancestor forth.
They told me to bow to save my life.
I told them, I told them, I told them I'm already taller than their God.
I told them I'm already taller than their God.
Safe. is a cage. The unknown is our kingdom.
Burn the parchment, scorn the lines that the timid draw. If a path is known, it is already suffocatingly small. A narrow prison built by those who fear the void's call. I crave the whale road where the water has no name. Away from the hearth, away from the weak and the tame. Maps are grave markers for the souls who stop to rest. But I am a hurricane put to the infinite test.
Drive the iron prow through the wall of eternal mist, seeking the horizons that the ancients insisted didn't exist. Home is a fading ember dying far behind my back. Destiny is the shining white carved into the shining
The
black.
cold sun watches from its icy silent throne as I climb the fjords where only the storm gods and only edges in the cliff. It's a gateway for the bold, a saga in the making, waiting to be violently told. Beyond the maps,
Beyond the limits of the mind,
leaving the ashes of the known will fall behind.
it is mad, it is dead, it is great, it is mine.
Crossing the border of the human design. Beyond the maps, beyond the maps. Feel the restless ambition clawing at the marrow of the thigh. Hey, conquest mentality that demands the entire sky. Every iceberg is a monument, every cliff a staircase to God, marking the virgin shores with an unbendable iron shod rod. I don't travel to visit, I travel to fucking expand, taking my identity into the heart of the nameless land. The salt baptism blesses the predator within, absolved of the safety where the lesser lives begin.
We write the new geography with the ink of our stride. There's no crevice in the void where the unknown can hide. I am the map breaker, the sovereign of the wild blue, doing the impossible that the fearful never knew. The spirit has no borders, the blood has no shore, always thirsting for the beyond, always howling for more. When the north stopped my oar and the journey is finally done, find me standing further than the light of the sun.
The first step was the shore, the final step is God, governing the distances with an unbendable rod. I am the pioneer, the vanguard of the north, bringing the shadows of the endless sea forth.
They asked me when I would stop,
When there's no more
beyond left to break.